Hello, everybody. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. Hope everyone is having a very, very good morning. I know this is an early morning one, but it's Cheltenham week. James has got to get these bets on and hopefully become a millionaire. But if I do, all my subscribers will get paid. I will say that. Before I get started, please do smash a like on the video. Subscribe to E20 Zone TV and hit the notification bell and all that game. Do you know what I'm saying? Player ratings times for yesterday. Before I get started, yesterday's game was just Jackal and Hyde. Best way of describing West Ham currently right now is like the Jackal and Hyde FC. Yeah, 1 minute you get a good performance, next minute you get a bad performance, and then you get something like yesterday, which was like 50-50. I just thought yesterday, sort of sleeping on it last night and waking up this morning, there's a lot of issues at West Ham, hell of a lot. And there's a lot of issues, especially in central midfield. We've got players who's here currently right now, who's got a lot of money. He's not doing fuck all for this club, which is not good. Do you know what I'm saying? And that is Calvin Phillips, but I will get on to him in a minute. But I'm going to get into the player ratings on my own. Do join me on the chat. Help me out. Tell me if you think I'm right or wrong, and we will go from there. Start off with this man, Areola. He's been a hero for West Ham recently. Like, he's been stopping like goals from going in and keeping us in games. He couldn't keep that shot out yesterday, the first one. Absolute unlucky, like, to say the least, because it's just fell to Fafana and he just smashed it top corner. What can you do? Do you know what I mean? The two goalkeepers I don't think saved that. So, you know, I he actually kept us in the game at the end of the game, if you remember rightly. Go back to the end of the game, last few minutes, he threw his body in the way of something and basically kept us for getting a draw. So I'm going to give him a 7. I agree with what the lads are saying in here. Morning. Hope you're very, very well, mate. I agree with the lads. A 7, 7, and a 7 there. For Areola, I think that's about right. If I'm being real, I think that's about right. Yeah, I thought he was all right yesterday. I don't think he was that bad. And he kept us in the game at certain moments. So, yeah, 7 out of 10. We'll move on to this man who people say he had a good game. But I'm not convinced on Coufal. I really am not. I think West Ham could do better than Vladimir Coufal. And yesterday, there was times where I remember in the first half, ball comes down the side. He does a good bit of work, but he's delaying the pass, like, to go across the goal. And by the time he does it, the ball's cleared. I thought second half, he has a go, Coufal, but he just doesn't pull no trees up for me. Really doesn't, right? He really doesn't at all. But what can I rate him for yesterday's performance? A 6, if I'm being kind. Yeah. So if I drop a water, I could be mouth dry as a bone. So yeah, 6 out of 10 probably for me. I'm going to say that. 5. We've got a 6 there from Bill. Shout out to Bill. What we got there? A 5 for Coufal. See, I agree. Yeah, I really do. Right, it's 5 or 6. I'll give him a 6 because we didn't lose the game. But you know, it's what it is. I like to think Ben Rama. I like to think with Ben Rama, West Ham could have had Coufal, James. Yeah, I know, mate. Coufal, 5, basic footballer, slow in I can't even read. Slow in making decisions. Sorry, especially going forward. Can't read and then mispronounce it. What a mug. Fair enough. Sniffer, thank you very much, mate. £2. God bless, mate. Thank you very much. And Kim Joe says 5. Don't do early morning streams, James, because you just can't even pronounce it. What's going on, son? Is what it is. Yeah, I'll give him a 6. Just is what it is. 6 out of 10. Moving on to this man who I thought had a bad game. Done a little space last night and thought one of the lads turned around and said for how bad he was passing the ball, James, and playing the ball out in duels and in sort of aerial sort of battles, he's very, very good. He's the only one in our team at the minute who actually can defend. He can't pass. He couldn't pass yesterday, but he can defend. Question to everyone in the chat, everyone watching Twitter, wherever this is going. Yeah. Is he our best defender currently right now? Yeah. At the club as a centre half. For me, he is. All right. Abona, I think it's too old. I just don't think he can do it on a consistent basis. Suma, not for me. Hasn't been good for at least 6 months. And let's not talk about now for Aguerd. So, yeah, Mavropanos yesterday, I'm going to give him a high 6. Yeah, I thought his defending was better, but his passing was shocking. Yeah, so I'll probably give him a high 6. Like maybe I'm being too kind there, but I look at him yesterday and I agree with that comment. That's a great comment. Mav, mixed bag. See, I could go a 5, but I think he's doing him a disservice because his defending was actually pretty good. He's unlucky for the goal. Don't get me wrong, but maybe I'll tell you what. I'll just give him just a 6. Just a 6 for me. I just gone a 1, mate. You're on a trolling mission today, son. You're on a trolling mission. 3. Oh, fair enough. Luke has got a 3 and all. Oh, I think that's thingy, but Mav 6. Some awful passing, but okay defensively. I agree on that. Yeah, I'll go with Brian, mate. I will. 6 out of 10 for me. Was our best attacker going forward in the first half and worst defender. I agree. Yeah, he's our best defender. Other than too much of a Messi. Yeah, I agree. And I like Mav, but he wasn't good. Yeah, I agree. He wasn't good, man. I said high 6. I can't give him a 5, so I'll just go 6 out of 10 for Mavropanos. Come to this man. Now you've got on one side, you've got Daniel Ings, who changed the game for us. On the other side, you've got Aguerd, who nearly cost us the game. I've got to eat some humble pie on this one. I really have. Yeah, I've got to hold my hands up and say, James, you are a twat. You got it completely wrong with Aguerd. I thought Aguerd was going to be a really, really good player for West Ham. But the moment the weakness come into play of aerial ability, when balls are coming into the box and everything, this man just don't know how to win an header. He really don't. And that is a major, major problem at West Ham. If balls are coming in, we've basically got one centre half who could head the ball away because this geezer can't. I thought, excuse me, I thought yesterday, I thought he was okay for his standards, but then in the second half, he nearly sods it up and Alvarez has to bail him out. I don't know what's gone wrong with Aguerd. I really don't. When he first arrived at West Ham, he looked like a proper defender. I mean, like proper defender. At present, he don't know how to defend, and that is just the major concern. Do you know what I mean? I'm probably going to give him a 5 out of 10. Yeah, he played for about 80 minutes, I think it was, before Ings come on for him. I'll give him a 5 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? He's not that good. He's not that good, and it is a problem. Yeah, and I think Brian's on form today, mate. Brian's on it. Aguerd 4, decent on the ball, but weak defender. Pretty much sums him up to a T. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm going being too kind. Irons has gone -10. Definitely on a trolling mission, 100%. But that comment of the day probably so far. Decent on the ball, as I say, and weak defender. I'll give him a 5, just a 5 for me. On the other hand, Danny Ings, ladies and gentlemen, comes on and he could have scored a hat trick, right? Right. Let's start off with the goal that he did score, which was deemed to be allowed, right? Great finish, turn, shot, goal. You can't ask for any more than that. Superb. I think when he come on, he had like a point to prove, yeah. And this is like the Jackal and Iron of West Ham coming right now. This really is. Like, I'm not even going to lie. He comes on, and you'd think he was like a prime Liverpool or prime like Manchester City centre forward. Like he just run the show for us. Yeah. Now the goal, as I say, is a superb goal. The goal that is disallowed is disgusting. Yeah, but that's on the officials. But it's a great finish. Yeah, he reads it. Antonio goal. He then hits the crossbar with like a volley, with like an half volley. He was brilliant yesterday. Absolute brilliant. And if he would have scored, he could have easily scored a hat trick yesterday. Yeah, and that is no joke, right? And I don't know where we go with it now, because that impact was a proper impact. I mean, like a proper impact. Yeah. So I'm going to probably give him an 8 out of 10. I agree with that comment there. Yeah. I wouldn't say he's man of the match, but he is up there for basically possibility. I think another man come in and just run the show from start to finish. But I'm going to be honest. I think Ings is like sort of short spell on the pitch. He done bloody good, man. Like I mean, really good. Like, and it even shocked me. I'm watching it. I'm thinking, where's this Danny Ings been all year? Or has he been there and we just haven't given him the opportunity? So yeah, I'll give him an 8 out of 10. I think that's about right. for the Ings disallowed goal, it looks like Antonio's elbow was offside. So harsh decision. I agree on that, mate. I really do. I'll get to the referee later on in the video, but I'm going to be real when I say this. I thought Danny Ings done all right. And do you know what? There's no reason why David Moyes can't start using this geezer. If he starts putting performances like that, then so be it. I will say that. Give him an 8 out of 10. We'll move on to this man, Aaron Cresswell. Yet again, mixed bag, right? For how good a corner he puts in across, there's like literally over the top or miles down the flipping road near enough. Yeah, defensively, bit hit and miss for me yesterday. It's Cress, isn't it? You know what you're going to get, and basically that's it, really. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to give him a high 5, just not a 6 for me, right? It's like middle of the road, right? It was either a 6, a 5. So I've gone sort of high 5, just not a 6, just not a 5. There you go. But for me, yeah, it's a problem when Emerson's not there. The link-up play is not there at all, right? Do you know what I'm saying? He done okay, Cresswell. Don't get me wrong, but he done okay for his standards, and that's his standard. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, for me, I'll give him a high 5. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that's been what fair. 4, 4, 5, 4. What we got here? I've got 6. So yeah, I've gone high 5. I've gone sort of in the middle of all these to a point. This was an opportunity for Moyes to use some of our talented youth at left back, but he went for predictable Cresswell again. Yeah, I know, mate. But the problem is with that is that if he plays the youth and it don't work out, he gets criticised for that and all. So I don't blame him for using Cresswell, but Cresswell's just Cresswell, isn't he? But we'll move on to this man, Thomas Soucek. I actually thought Soucek played all right yesterday. Yeah, he's unlucky with a chance in the second half. I remember the ball come in. I think he thinks he's offside. He comes up a bit too high. He enters it, but he enters it to basically to no one. Yeah, so he had loads of time, and he sort of took it for granted to a point. Got stuck in, covered a lot of ground. I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. I think it's a standard sort of performance from him. I don't think he was awful, but I don't think he was amazing. I'll give him the middle of the road 5. Do you know what I mean? For me, what we've got, Bill's gone with a 5 and me. Fair enough, Bill. Rate it. 4 for Irons and a 4 for Soucek. Better half in the second half. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I think he was all right. I thought he was all right. First half, it was all crap. Let's be real. But I'm going to get on to a few players who I thought were absolutely shite in that first half in a minute. Soucek, 5. Poor first half, better second. Sums up West Ham in that game. You know what I mean? I will say that. Let's move on to this man or these men. Calvin, I don't know how to pass. Phillips and Edison, the Don Alvarez. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. On the left is a man who used to play for Manchester City. And on the right is a man who used to play for Ajax. Now, you would think that Edson Alvarez had played for Manchester City and done amazing things. Yeah, he didn't. Calvin Phillips has played for Manchester City. And to come to West Ham and put in a performance like he did yesterday was borderline taking the fucking piss out of all of us, if I'm being honest. This geezer is on shit tons of money at West Ham United, right? As I try and sort that out. Shit tons of money. And he puts in a performance that doesn't even warrant any sort of comment, really. Yeah? He just strolls around, does fuck all. Yeah? The first goal, for how good Fofana's goal is, and I'm going to say it quite openly, for how good it is, he bottles the challenge, Phillips. Yeah? He allows the player to go past him and has both hands up to allow him to go on, son, you take a shot on our goal. I was disgusted with Phillips yesterday. Yeah, and Kane come on, and I clipped it up and I put it out there, and Kane said it brilliantly on the afterthall. Absolute spot on. Yeah. How much time do you have to give this geezer before you say, this is it? This is it. Like, we can't give him no more time. And what Kane said, shout out to Kane. Yeah, because he got it literally word for word exactly how I feel. This geezer's played in the Premier League. This geezer's done it at the highest level, right? So why is he not doing it now? Is it that he can't be bothered? Is it that he's mentally not on it? Is he not fit? I don't believe he's not fit. He's had plenty of time at West Ham now, right? We are now in the middle of March. How much more time do you have to give this geezer? Yeah, I, I'm going to give him a 1 out of 10. Yeah, just a 1, and that is for putting the shirt on, the boots, and entering the field of play. Yeah, and that's what I'm going to give him. Right. I don't know who this lands on. Yeah, people will automatically go to Moyes and say this is on Moyes. Yeah, Moyes, why did you get him? He's not fit and everything. Maybe, yeah, maybe, but it's also on the fucking player. I'm sorry, it's also on him. Yeah, because when you want to play for West Ham United, and the thumbs up knows about it and all, right? If you want to play for West Ham United Football Club, yeah, and you want to like give it your all for this club, you have got to put in the effort, because in the crowd yesterday, there would have been geezers in there begging to get on that pitch and play in the claret and blue. So why can't you, Calvin Phillips? It's as simple as that. Yeah. So he gets a 1 out of 10. Just not good. Just not good at all. And I don't know where Moyes goes with him, if I'm being honest. If you want me to be really honest, has anyone got any faith of him coming on the pitch and putting in a performance? People say, "Oh, you're being hasty, you're being harsh. You're like, you don't know what you're talking about. He's a good player." Well, where the fuck is he then? Do you know what I mean? Because he ain't playing for us at the minute, and if anything, he's giving us more rag than he's worth. Simple as that. And that is a comment before I get on to the other player, Phillips, stealing a living. Couldn't agree more. Do you know what I mean? If you want daylight robbery, look at Calvin Phillips at the minute. Simple as that. There you go. On the other hand, there is one man that I did get spot on in the summer, and I called it from minute one when I done the video, and I said, you know what, I'm over the moon. Me and Lucas had backwards and forwards about Edson Alvarez, and I always said, you watch him. I think he'll be all right at West Ham, because I think he understands at what it means. Yeah, he's that sort of gritty and determined player who will give it everything for the shirt. Comes on yesterday, completely different player, completely different team. Yeah, he's everywhere. He's just a quality player, man. I mean, like, he's just quality, yeah. And I know people are going to say it's only Burnley. James, calm down, stop getting excited. But you've got to look at this on face value. He comes on, and we look a completely different side. We don't look as weak in the midfield. He's a very, very good player, extremely good. So I'm going to give him an 8. I agree with a couple of comments in there. We'll get to the comments shortly, but 8 out of 10. I want him to be captain. I really do. And before I move on to the comments, he wasn't dropped. Let's get this right here. Yeah, I just want to clarify that. I was saying last night. Now I'm going to clarify here from my point of view. He wasn't dropped. He was rested. There is a difference. This geezer was on the bench because he's played a lot of games. If you remember rightly, the other week when he scored that goal at Everton, he said about his sort of calf and everything else, or his hamstring or something. And he plays on Thursday night. Can Edson Alvarez play sort of 2 games in sort of 72 hours? Yeah, no. Yeah, so he had a bit of a rest. And let's have it right. You take Alvarez out, put Phillips in, it should be like straightforward swap, but it isn't. So there you go. He wasn't dropped, he was rested. So we'll confirm that. Right. Alvarez, 8, made a big difference when he come on. Proper midfielder. Take note, Phillips. I agree on that, mate. I really do. Phillips is a Moyes signing, and Moyes has to play him due to money. Moyes hasn't got to play him, mate, because otherwise he'd be playing every game, right? So he's a Moyes signing. I agree with you on that, but he certainly hasn't got to play. Otherwise he'd be playing all the time. The sooner we make Alvarez skipper, the better. I agree on that. Alvarez puts in 110% every game. The tackle this geezer makes is so clinical. Phillips is polar opposite, disgusting. Yeah. 8 out of 10, and yeah, we got -10 and Alvarez a 9. Irons is on one today. I like it. What we got here from Peter? Leeds fans used to say Phillips was better than Rice. What? I agree. We discussed it in the space last night, and I said he doesn't even lace Declan Rice's boots. Phillips really doesn't. I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't know what it is. Is it the style of play? Is it him? It certainly can't be fitness. These are professional athletes. Yeah, they have to be performing all the time. Yeah, he's had enough time now. So morning. Hope you're well, mate. Do you know what I mean? Right, let's move on. to another person that is going to get a lot of criticism, and that is James Ward-Prowse. For me, not impressed with him. Not impressed in 2024. I think he's been bang average at best. People will say, and I see a few comments on Twitter yesterday, yeah, I put something up, and people say he's out of position, but he still can learn to pass the ball and cross the ball and do the basics. Do you know what I mean? You might be out of position, granted, yeah, but the basic stuff should come natural. Yeah, if you're a professional footballer, if you're a professional athlete, you should know your craft, and you should know his craft. I I'm gonna be real, yeah. Whether he's played on the left, played in the centre, or played in central midfield, wherever he's played in 2024, he has not been good. He really hasn't. And James Ward-Prowse just seems like he's coasting every single game. Yeah, he coasted on Thursday night, and he done nothing. He coasted yesterday, done nothing. He's not influencing the game, and this is the fear that I had in the summer. I remember doing a lot of spaces, and a lot of people used to say to me, right, oh, he's a good player, James. He's a good player. He's a good all-round player. And I wasn't having it. I always said, for set pieces, decent, very good, one of the best in the world, right? At sort of delivery and set piece goals and everything. He hasn't scored a set piece goal for West Ham. He's got a free kick for West Ham. His crossing yesterday was up and down like Tower Bridge, literally up and down. Like you just didn't know what he was going to get. So for me, I'm going to be honest. It's going to have to be a two. I'm going to be kind to him, yeah. But he was just crap, mate. I personally think he shouldn't play on Thursday night. Yeah, I want West Ham to go a different way, but I will get to that towards the back end of the video. But not good enough. 2 out of 10. I know he's playing out of position, but come on, there's got to be you got to at least impose yourself. Try and do something, make something happen at the very least. 2 out of 10. Moving on to Mikel Antonio. On the other hand, excellent, absolute superb. Someone said on the space last night he was good, but it wasn't really all that. Yeah, it was just it was good. I don't believe so. I thought he was excellent yesterday. I thought he'd come on, he got stuck in, he tried, he was trying to make things happen, he was trying to bully the defenders. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, he looked hungry. He looked like he had a point to prove. And do you know what? He was, yeah. I'll give him a lot of stick. I have done in the past, but on this one, he deserves his flowers. Like I said on the afterthought yesterday, he deserves his moment in the sun. And for me, I thought he was excellent. So I'm going to give him a high 7, not an 8. I think Danny Ings done a bit more than him. Yeah, but what he did do, he done effective Antonio. So I give him a 7 out of 10. 7, beast mode. I agree, mate. 2 for James Ward-Prowse. We got Ben. JWP, 5 goals, 7 assists, one of the better players for the Hammers. I agree with you on that, Ben. Yeah, I do. Right, but in 2024, company right now, he's done nothing, of any note. Yeah, and he hasn't even looked like doing anything of any note, so to speak. I'll tell you what, he's done one thing for us in 2024, and that's score a penalty against Bournemouth. That's it. Other than that, he's done nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? So is that good enough? Not really. JWP, too many passes sideways and back. Agree on that comment. Brian is on it today. Shout out to Brian P. Yeah, because he's on it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that is bang on. Safe merchant, Mr. Safety. Yeah, there's no cutting pass through the middle, like to allow people to run through. It's just everything is safe. Pretty spot on. Absolutely spot on. So there you go. You've got to play Antonio on Thursday. So yeah, I agree with you, Paul. Possibly, yeah. I think he's going to have to do something on Thursday. I will say that. So Mikel Antonio gets a 7 out of 10. We will move on to this man, Lucas Paqueta. He got he didn't get the equaliser, but he got the goal to get us back on the road a little bit. Yeah, good goal. I thought first half he was getting fouled a hell of a lot, and they were basically doing a job on him to a point and doubling up on him. Second half, he had a bit of a free roll, free reign, but it's just one of them really. What can I rate him? He's definitely not an 8. He's definitely not 6. If I give him a 7, I think No, I can't give him a 7 because he played the whole game. In the first half, he won all that. I'll give him a high 6. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but I'll give him a high 6. Like 7, I think. Warrant's a good, slightly good first half. I don't think he was that good in the first half. I think Burnley knew what they was doing. They was roughing him up, and he was getting the ump to a point. But second half, scored the goal, got us on our way. Give him a high 6. What we got here? We got a 6 for Paqueta. We got an 8 for Ben. Ben's on it this morning. 8 out of 10 for Lucas. We got a 7. Pac-Man, better second half. See, I agree on that. 7. We got a 7. James, sorry to interrupt your cooking session. Thank you very much, mate. But where is Clive and Mitch? Well, Mitch is not about, and Clive, he's having a bit of time away. So, so yeah, that's where they are. Pac-Man 7. Totty's in the house. Ref was diabolical. Another ref, we would have won that game. I agree. I will get onto that shortly, mate. So yeah, high 6, just not a 7 for me for Lucas Paqueta. Moving on to this man, Mohamed Kudus. People are starting to give him a lot of stick. I don't understand why. I really don't understand why. First half, a bit like everyone, not all that, but he's a trier. He gets the ball up. And one thing with Mohamed Kudus is he picks the ball up and he's direct. He's always looking to go forward, yeah, or he's always looking to play that sort of side pass round into sort of action, basically. Second half, there's a golden chance. He slips right at the vital moment. Like, really, he should be putting that away. If you don't slip, I think that's in the back of the net. Yeah, and that would have been an early goal also in the second half. I think we was 2-1 down at that time. That goes in 2-2. I think we've got about 25 minutes to go in that game, or 20 minutes to go. I think we end up going on to win that game. You can't question his effort, commitment, and trying. Teams are looking at him though and working him out. Oh, yeah, they're pushing him down the sides and just doubling up on him. And once you double up on him, he can't really go nowhere. But he's effective. Yeah, I think he just needs a better right back. If I'm being honest, I've always said this. Yeah, if you have an overlapping right back who's consistent, yeah, someone who can actually beat a player and all. Because I don't think Coufal can beat a defender. I really don't. I think he can do a lot of things, Coufal, but he can't beat players to get to the byline or cut across or whatever it is. But for Mo, I think second half, I'm going to give him the same as Lucas Paqueta. I'm going to give him a high 6, just not a 7 for me. Maybe I'm being harsh, but I was giving him a high 6, just not a 7. I think he was decent-ish, but the chance is a big chance. And even though he slipped, just unlucky though, isn't he? Let's be honest. So yeah, high 6 for me. Right, what we've got here. He's an old school winger, which I love. I agree. Always trying to go forward. Look at the assist at the end. Powers it way through for the cross. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. He was. Yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, I probably will give him a 7. We'll give him a 7 for actually forgot about that. Kudus 7 from. Oh, Kudus needs more time. Kudus needs more time. Not used to Premier League. Yeah, I know, mate. He's a good player. 7 better second half. We've got an 8. We've got a 7. We've got a 7, and that is it. Osh. 7s and 8s out of 10 for that. Let's get to Brian. Brian's on fire today. Kudus 7 always tries to be positive. And honestly, I agree with that. I really, really do. Every single time he picks the ball up, goes forward as a go, he plays with a purpose. And the purpose is to attack the goal. Right? Do you know what I mean? And not keep playing it sideways or back. So yeah, shout out to him. Next up on the list is this man, Jared Bowen. Do you know what? I don't know how to rate Bowen yesterday. Yet again, you can't question his effort. Second half, he's down that right hand side. He's trying his best to make stuff happen. He done a good bit of work down the right, if I remember right. He got to the byline, and no one could put it in. I do agree with when people turn around and say to me, James, he's better on the right than he's up front. But up front, we have not got a clinical striker like Jared Bowen. That's the problem. Like when Bowen is up front, he can put the ball away. And he can do a good job at doing that. Do you know what I'm saying? He proves it this year. Look how many goals he scored this year. Do you know what I'm saying? But on the right, he can take people on. He can draw defenders to him and can get past them. He's a very, very good player. I think yesterday Wasn't a bad game. Wasn't a great game. It was just like middle of the road. So I'm probably going to give him a 6 out of 10 for me. 6. We got a 7. We got a 6. We got a 7. 7 there. 7. Far better once moved out onto the right. I agree on that. Can't not disagree with you on that, mate. I really can't. We got Ben in the house, 7. What we got here? Brian's saying Bowen, 7. Much better when he played on the right. Yeah, I agree. Kudus has not been the same player since AFCON. Shout out to JT. Bowen, doesn't even have touches. Yeah, I agree. I agree. 5, better on the right. You can say he's better on the right, and I can't argue with that, mate. I really can't. I'll give him a 6 out of 10, though. We will move on to this man and this corruption that we're currently going through right now. I thought the ref was shit yesterday. Darren England, yeah. I remember him in a game. I think it was this year. I know that he definitely sodded us up in a game this year, Darren England. Yeah. I can't remember which one it is though. So I might have to go back and find out which game it was. But I remember there was a lot of controversy around it because I remember his name. And I thought yesterday he was just shit, mate. Man, like they should have had a player sent off, yeah, for like protesting. Nothing happened there. The penalty is borderline scandalous. Yeah. Now, if he can't see it, I can understand that. Yeah. If he can't see it, whatever. But VAR needs to get involved there and say, right, this is not right. Something needs to happen here. Yeah. And he didn't. Nothing. Right. Nothing happened. Right. There was fouls that they done on us that literally he sort of allowed play to carry on. They worked on Paqueta for a little bit and sort of gave him a few digs from time to time. I thought he was shit, mate, the ref. Yeah, I really do. Scott saying that it wasn't him. It was Madley. Madley was the ref at Chelsea last year. If you remember the controversy, and have a guess who was in the VAR room, ladies and gentlemen, Madley. Yeah. So there you go. The ref was awful. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to give him a 3 out of 10. Literally, I think Brian's just took the words out of my mouth. Ref 3, another poor performance. How was their goalie not booked for time wasting? Don't agree on that. Completely forgot about that. And yeah, I remember when he sort of caught the ball in midair and he just goes and falls down onto the ground to waste time. The referee does nothing. Ref 3 out of 10. Get to John. Shout out to John over in Thailand. Why is it when we get a late penalty shout, the ref and VAR ignore it? Not the first time. Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Snazzy, 3 out of 10. There you go. Right, we'll move on from him because it's just a waste of time. Referee's just a waste of fucking time. I'll say that. Let's come to this man, Mr. David Moyes. This one is going to kick off because it's going to be interesting. I thought when I looked at the team yesterday, that team should be good enough, right? Good enough to go and beat a Burnley side. Now, for Aguerd, Calvin Phillips, it should be good enough. Yeah. The performance they put in the first half, is it on Moyes or is it on the players? That is the question I need to ask. Yeah. Even though I think Moyes is a bit of a prick yesterday. Yeah. And his interview at the end is sort of like the penalty sort of overshadowing the performance. If that makes sense. And it shouldn't be like that. It really shouldn't. You should analyse the whole game and then the penalty should come last, right? And say, you know what, we should have got a penalty, but it is what it is. Yeah, we didn't get it. Simple as that. But I thought yesterday's first half performance was pathetic. I mean, like he was there, he was seeing it. It was shit. It was shit. Players let him down yesterday. Yeah, Ward-Prowse let him down. But people will say he's out of position. Fair enough. Calvin Phillips definitely let him down. Yeah. Now, is Calvin Phillips a bad player? Like, he's playing like he's never played football in his life. Like, this geezer's on a lot of dough. Now, people will use the argument that's a David Moyes signing. It doesn't make no fucking sense, right? Sense really, right? At the end of the day, Phillips has got to perform himself, and David Moyes is given the opportunity to play. Yeah, in a game where West Ham should have more of the ball, and he just wasn't there. I'm going to give him credit for the second half. Yeah, half time he makes subs. He had to make subs because it wasn't right. Yeah, and there was no sort of oh, we'll wait and we'll see how we get on. He made subs. He went for it in the second half. Alvarez, Antonio. There you go. Yeah, bringing Danny Ings on, taking off Noah Aguerd tells you all you need to know about Noah Aguerd. It really does. Yeah, he played three at the back at the end. Yeah, and just literally was camped in their half. I'm going to give him. Yeah, before I get to your comments, I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. I think he saved the day in the second half, but it's a game that we should never have drew. Yeah, we should have done this team. Yeah, and we should have. And it's the West Ham way. That is the West Ham way yesterday. Yeah, make it fucking life hard against a team that we shouldn't be making life hard against. I feel with him is he's running on gas now. Yeah, he is. Right, and I know I see what Scott's saying there, being generous, but you've got to credit the second half performance of the players. And let's be honest, if we would have won the game, I think it papers over a lot of shit. It really does. Yeah, the last two games we've had two penalty decisions that haven't gone our way. Now, whether you like it or not, yeah, they haven't gone our way. But the performance itself has to be looked at straight away. And the penalty is a one-off incident. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'll give him a 4. I think I'm being a bit kind, maybe, but I'm going to credit it slightly for the second half performance and also of the ability that Calvin Phillips fucking let him down yesterday. He really did. Yeah, and I think it showed at half time. Right, let's start off at the top. I'll work my way down. Right, what we got here. If I miss your comments, I do apologise. Let's go to Bill. Bill's gone with a 4, same as me. I agree. Second half salvaged some pride, but the approach in the first half was shocking. I agree with you on that. John's gone with a 2. Scott's gone with a 2. He keeps playing players in wrong positions. He's killing James Ward-Prowse, for example. I disagree on that. It's okay saying that, but then Jared Bowen's been playing that position, and he's a top goal scorer this year. Like, I think Ward-Prowse has, but there's Ward-Prowse playing that position, and then there's Ward-Prowse who's got to turn up and perform. Yeah, do you know what I mean? You've got to do the job. Basically, you've got a choice. You can either play at a position or sit on the bench, James Ward-Prowse. What do you want? Simple as that. He actually said we were crap in the first half, but Calvin was awful. Can't blame Moyes, in my opinion. I agree on that. What we got? Let's get down to Dave. Shout out to Dave. Dave 66 Hammer. Hope you're well, mate. Question: if we were 0-0 at half time, would Moyes have made the changes? Hindsight's a wonderful thing, Dave. Do you know what I mean? He did make changes in the second half, and you've got to give him credit with what actually happened. If it was 0-0 at half time, who knows? Do you know what I'm saying? But in the first half, some of these players were shit. I agree with what people were saying in regards of the approach yesterday was completely wrong. Yeah, we should be going all guns blazing. And I actually agree on that. 3 central midfielders, I can understand it to a point. Yeah, it's not right. It's not right. West Ham should be playing 4-2-3-1, but we'll get to that in a minute. Right, last 30 minutes is the most fun I've watched West Ham in a while. By the way, we are conceding chances as well, but who cares? It was fun, chaotic fun. I agree with that comment. Alfie said it last night on a West Ham Live 5, his new lingo. He turned and said it was like a chaotic second half, and I absolutely agree with him. Yeah. Before I get this off, so yeah, 4 out of 10 for Moyes. The second half was chaotic, but at least we got something out of the game. That's the only positive I can take out the fucking game is we got something. If we didn't, then what's the point? Do you know what I mean? We are second in the league for shots conceded amongst the likes of Luton, Burnley, and Sheffield. Damn. No one else wanted JWP. That tells you everything. 100k for a corner taker. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. Would Moyes have made the changes for a 0-0 at half time? I think not. Thank you for the fiver, Dave. I did just read it out for you, though, mate. I will say that. I'm going to answer it as best I can. I don't know. I really don't, Dave. Right? Let's take that off. Thank you very much, Dave. I don't know. I don't know. If it was 0-0 at half time, it depends on how much we was in control of the game or anything. Do you know what I'm saying? If we wasn't doing anything in the game, then maybe. But yesterday wasn't good. Like, I'm not being funny. The first half performance wasn't good at all. I'm going to get to this final comment and I'm going to sort of round this up. Whatever players played well, oh, they drop them playing football. Next game, Moyes ball again. The problem is, right, I'm going to sort of round this up now, yeah? The problem is I can't get out me nut anymore, right, in regards of like sitting here going berserk at David Moyes, because he's not going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Like, he's not. He's certainly not going to go anywhere from now to the end of the season. So what's the point me going mental all the time? All I was going to do is give me high blood pressure and I keel over, have an heart attack, and that'd be the end of me. I'm not dying for David Moyes, mate. I'm sorry. I love West Ham, but I'm not dying for David Moyes and having an heart attack over the geezer. Right? That's the first thing on that. So yesterday's performance, was I shocked? Was I surprised? No, because it's been like that with West Ham this year. West Ham will probably go out on Thursday night, put in an unbelievable performance, get the job done, hopefully. And then Villa next week will probably be the same thing again. Bitty, and we'll probably end up losing or something next week, yeah? Because it's just West Ham. There's no consistency now. It's just up and down, up and down. But all I can do is look to the future now. And the future is 4-2-3-1 system, yeah? I don't understand why he keeps playing 4-3-3, yeah? And it is a 4-3-3. I know people say about like people playing on the left and Ward-Prowse playing on the left. When they sit back, yeah, you're playing with two inside forwards with Kudus and Bowen, with Paqueta, Kudus, and then Bowen as the sort of front man. Yeah, I know Paqueta played as like a 10 yesterday, but you got to like get the players into the right positions. For me, 4-2-3-1's the key. Kudus left, Bowen right, Paqueta 10, and Tony up front. Yeah, yesterday we had all four of them players on the pitch, and we looked really good. Yeah, we had an outlet. We had fast wingers coming inside in Bowen and Kudus, and you got Paqueta pulling the strings. Yeah, it's time to sort of take the shackles off, ladies and gentlemen. And it's time to let us go. Do you know what I'm saying? If we're going to do anything this year and we're going to try and get Europe, we've got to start attacking the games from the front. And I can understand it. I really can, from the Moyes out crew. I really can. Like with me, I'll come to the conclusion I'm just going to wait to the end of the fucking season, because I'm not going to like keep losing me nut over something when, I'm going to be honest, nothing's going to change. All it's going to do, and I'm not in it, as I say, I'm not in this for views, yeah? I do this because I love this club and I do enjoy doing YouTube, right? But I can't sit here and keep going mad at the manager every 5 seconds, right? And the players, yeah? I could do it as an individual, yeah, basis, but doing it as a collective all the time, it just drains the life and soul out of me. And fuck that. It's not for me. Yeah, so I'm going to wait to the end of the season to analyse it as a whole. But 4-2-3-1 is the key. It's the key to going forward now. Yeah, I need to see West Ham looking like winning games. Yeah, and attacking the games from the front. I think for me, if you look at this right now, 3 central midfielders: Soucek, Alvarez, Ward-Prowse, Phillips. You've got to pick 3 of them. I think you should only pick 2 of them. So I think Alvarez could do a job there. Yeah, and stick someone else next to him. Yeah, whether that's Alvarez and Phillips, Alvarez and Soucek, whoever it is. Yeah, just stick Alvarez in there, and then someone next to him. Yeah, I'm going to say that. We have got a bit of a concern with Alvarez. Yeah, because he's 1 yellow card away from, I think it's a 2-match ban in the Premier League. I think he's 1 yellow card away from the next round of the Europa League. So we've got a player there that, let's be honest, is our key man. He gets a yellow card, we are knackered, right? Because we just don't look the same team without him. I'm going to be honest. So, it is what it is. Yesterday, I'm just going to sort of push it aside. It's a point gained. I've got a shout out to me mate, as I said last night on the afterthought. I'm going to be honest. He said to me, he fancied a 2-2 draw. He said we just know what West Ham are like, and I told him, nah, don't be silly, mate. If it's 2-2, I'll go fucking mad if it's 2-2. And when it was 2-2, I literally texted him and said, I think I owe you some dough, mate. So yeah, I've got to cash app him some dough, because he would have had some dough if it wasn't for me talking him out of the bet. But it is what it is. That's enough from me. Listen, enjoy your Monday lunchtime and evening and everything. My final sort of roundup and thought is this: we move on. Thursday's a big game, huge game, and if we go and win on Thursday, then it'll do us all the world of good. Yeah, I mean, West Ham had 2 bad results in the space of sort of 4 days. The defeat in Freiburg was bad, yeah, but Can West Ham get it done at home? They can if they play like that in the second half, in the first half. Yeah. I do not want to see West Ham coming out on Thursday and being passive. I want West Ham to come out and go, right, foot to the floor. It's time to attack. It's time to have a go now. Right. If they do that, I'll be over the moon. Yeah, because I know that they're giving it everything for the shirt and they're trying to win the game. Yeah. There's no time to be like for a professional performance and all this shit. Yeah, that's got to stop now. I want to see Antonio up front. I want to see Kudus on the left, Bowen on the right, Paqueta as the 10, and then 2 holding midfielders. Yeah, it's not that hard. Yeah, because let's be honest, if you have more attackers on the pitch, the defending side's got to think about defending rather than keep going forward all the time. And West Ham need pace and need an outlet, and that's what we need. So 4-2-3-1 for me at home against Freiburg Thursday. Get it done, David Moyes. Please, for God's sake. Anyway, that's enough from me. Take care of yourselves. All the best. I shall be back on Wednesday. I'm going to try and see if I can get someone on from another fan channel to talk about Freiburg, talk about West Ham, talk about this season, and much, much more. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to E20 Zone TV, hit the notification bell. Also, good luck at Cheltenham. If anyone's having a bet, Sam's a good man. I've done his fourfold. If Sam, you win me 45 grand, son, there'll be a couple of grand in the post here, son. I will say that. But yeah, good luck at Cheltenham. Anyone who's going, anyone who's watching, and gamble responsibly. I will say that. Anyway, goodbye. Take care and farewell. Level up. Get set, level up. Level up.